Hello, everyone. I'm Jessi Collins. I'm the vocal director for Kelly Clarkson and a proud member of the band Y'all. This is our new digital original, Jazzin with Jessi. Jason, can you play something, please? Jazzin with Jessi. Yeah. Anyway, hello. I'm here in our band room with our amazing music director, Jason.
Hello, Jessi Collins.
Hello, Jason Halbert. How are you?
Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy meeting you here in our band room of all places. As a singer, I love chatting with other singers, hearing their stories that inspired their own songs, learning about their process, exploring their artistry, all the things. I love all things singer. Right now, I've got Carol Connors on the line. Let's set some things up about her. Let me give you some facts. She sang "To Know Him Is to Love Him" with the Teddy Bears. Her first boyfriend ever was Elvis Presley.
Whoa.
If you've ever heard of him. She has a new memoir called Elvis, Rocky and Me, the Carol Connors story. She was nominated for a Grammy for the audiobook version. And she also has a documentary coming out about her soon. Let's say hi to Carol. Hi, Carol. Congrats on the Grammy nod. Were you surprised?
Was I surprised about the Grammy nomination? Well, let's say that when David Longoria called me, because we were nominated together with Kathy Garver, let's say that I didn't know what to say. I was speechless. 48 years later, after my last Grammy nomination.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Can you believe that?
No, it's incredible.
I mean, and then David hung up the phone, and the phone rang, and it was Diane Warren, who thinks I'm like a trailblazer. And of course, I call her the GOAT. And the bottom line is, I didn't know what to say. I started to cry. I started to cry, and I said, Diane, if everything that you've ever wished for, dreamed of, wanted, needed, thought of was coming true before your very eyes once again, I don't have words, and I'm a lyricist. I don't have words to tell you the way I feel.
Diane calls me, I'm probably not allowed to say it, but she calls me and I call her Bird. I actually am really dear friends with Diane as well. I sang her demos for 10 years. So
Oh my
yeah, they
gosh.
told me that you were really close friends with her. It's so fun. I love to hear that. Carol, what do you think is going to surprise audiences about you in the audiobook?
My father used to always say to my mother, dream on, little girl, dream on. One day I am going to write a song with that title. And I believe that I just keep dreaming. If it's inspirational to young songwriters or anybody coming up or what they're doing in their life, then I'm blessed. I really mean that.
Yeah.
Well, you've definitely blessed a lot of people with the song "To Know Him Is to Love Him." And so much has already been said and written about the song, and it really was pivotal in history. But I heard you say once that even Martin Scorsese made a reference to the song.
Well, we were at a thing. I was with Barbie Benton, my best friend, a mermaid buddy. And when he heard that I did "To Know Him Is to Love Him," he went, oh my God, do you know it's one of the most important songs in rock and roll history? I went, what? Because he is really a music buff on top of being one of our greatest directors.
Yep.
And I didn't even know certain things until David, the producer of Elvis, Rocky and Me, told me. I didn't know that I was the first girl from a rock and roll pop group that charted at #1. I never knew that.
Wow.
And a young man came up to me and said, he was dating my best friend Donna, and he said, I love your voice. I'm going to write a song for your voice. Do you have $10? I went, I don't have $10. I'm not even 17 years of age. I don't have 10 cents. He said, well, if you can get $10 together, you can be in our singing group, and I'm going to write that song. Sure enough, I went to my parents. My father had been a jockey, so he lived on the edge. My mother kept saying, Anetala, my real name, go do your homework, go do your homework. And my father said, let's hear what she has to say. We were rather poor, and I got the $10. And the person that wrote the song was the infamous Phil Spector.
Whoa.
It was the first thing he ever wrote in his life. It was the first thing that I ever sang. It went on to become the #1 record globally, not just here in the US. And who knew? I mean, none of us knew. And when I did the Dick Clark show, because we did it as it was climbing, and then when it hit number one, I mean, everybody in school just wanted to talk to me
I bet.
about the people on the Dick
unbelievable.
Clark Show.
It's unbelievable. And okay, you have to tell me about this really quick. Elvis Presley was your first boyfriend?
Absolutely.
Oh my
100%.
God.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Well, I went to a couple other pretty wonderful people.
Well done.
But he fell in love with my voice on To Know Him Is to Love Him. And he would say to the Memphis Mafia, all the guys that were with him, he would say, I love that girl. Translation, I love that girl's voice. I would love to meet her one day. So one day, this creepy guy came up to me in a market, rather creepy. And he said, I was holding a bottle of milk. And he said, aren't you the girl that sang To Know Him Is to Love Him? And I went, yes. And he said, Elvis Presley would love to meet you. I dropped the milk. I said, sure, right, of course. Well, I gave him my phone number. And sure enough, I was taken up to Elvis's house after the creepy guy called it. My mother answered the phone and said, Anetala, there's an Elvis Presley person on the phone that wants to speak with you. And my father said, go. And my mother said, no. And I went. So I'm in this room, and there is this beautiful human being, looked like a cat, and I love cats. And he finally came up to me. I mean, his movements were so fluid, and he looked at me and he said, first words out of his mouth, so why did you, translation, so why'd you name the group the Teddy Bears? Now, I didn't know what to say. That was Elvis Presley. I sang it. I went, just wanna be your teddy bear. And that started our love affair.
Oh my gosh. And is it true that you wrote a song for him the night that he passed?
Yes, I was, we stayed friends up until the end. And he was so proud of me for doing Rocky. And you know that he was offered A Star Is Born, and that he would have been up against us. And when I was in a meeting at the Polo Lounge, and this little man came in, and he was like so sad. And he said, Elvis Presley just died. Elvis Presley just died. And this collective sigh of sadness was throughout the room. And I started to cry, and I went home from 4:00 in the afternoon till 4 in the morning. I wrote this one song called You Loved My Night Away. It's the reason that Elvis, Rocky, and Me is now a documentary. It's the reason why it's the audiobook. It's the reason we got nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
And I wrote it, and to this day, I believe that Elvis was spiritually in the room with me when I was writing that.
Wow.
Because 3 different major Oscar composers, when I finished the song and played it for them, they all looked at me like this. So how'd you come up with those chord changes, Carol? And to this day, I don't know. I never used them before. And the first time I ever used them was in that song, You Love My Night Away.
Well, that's quite a co-write with Elvis being there in the room with you.
Yeah, it sounds more like
Well,
a
that's what I
co-write.
think.
Yeah.
I think his spirit was there.
Well, you've written many songs, and you co-wrote Gonna Fly Now for Rocky, right?
Ba 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 ba.
Da,
Da, da, da, da.
Amazing. You are an absolute legend, and you really are an inspiration. I'm so happy that you're getting this amazing recognition now, and you're gorgeous.
Oh gosh!
And after
From your
being with
mouth
you
to
for a few
God's
minutes,
ears.
I don't believe you were speechless whenever you heard about the Grammy nomination. It sounds like you have a lot to say.
You can ask David. You can ask Diane. I was just.
I will.
48 years later.
It's fantastic.
That's like half a lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait to see what you do next.
Yes, we are rooting for you. All the
Thank
best of
you.
luck. It's such
you.
an honor to meet you. Wonderful to be
Same
with you.
here.
All right. Thanks, Carol.
Carol.
Okay, check out Carol's memoir and audiobook, Elvis, Rocky, and Me, The Carol Connors Story. And thanks for watching Jazzin' with Jessi. Jazzin' with Jessi. Yeah. Keep your eyes peeled for Jammin' with Jason, Tacos with Jocko, Cup of Joe, and Quiet Meditations with Lester. Just kidding. None of that is actually going to happen. Bye.